What the heck is on my screen? What is happening? There we go. Fix the screen. Just chilling in here in my car for a minute. Basically what happened was my bumper broke. So, and I shouldn't be happy about it, which I was pretty pissed yesterday that it happened, but don't worry, I didn't get in an accident. It wasn't anything super crazy, you know, it wasn't like I didn't hit a person, no one hit me, so we're good there. It's another one of those idiocy moments that I usually have, which is kind of all the time on this channel, isn't it? Like, I'm always an idiot, but it's good because it's good for you guys. You get to watch me through my idiocy life. I was going to my friend's house, and there's a hump in the front of his yard. So you got the hump here, and then you got the gutter right after it. Now, it wasn't a deep gutter, but it was weird that there's a hump and it goes like that. So a hump in the grass, and then whoop, you know, and it goes out to the street. While I was backing up, I was trying to do it very slowly, and we were watching to see if there's anybody coming. And there wasn't, so I try to back up Betty really slowly, and once I get over that hump, whoa, boom! The front of my car hit the gutter as soon as I pulled out, and I got onto the street. And I was like, oh, I hope nothing broke. And there was something broken, so 2 things broken. It was the 2 plastic bits that are holding the sides of the bumper together. Not the whole bumper. That was it. So, woof, thankfully I didn't have to get a whole new bumper, which I'll show you guys in a second what it looks like. We'll go back in the past here. I was just out, you know, getting some food, so. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Let's show you what it looks like. Hello. You're on video. Alright, so let's come down here. Don't mind the tape. So I'm gonna open this up. Yeah, because you could see in there, this little plastic thing that's holding the bumper together, it goes all the way up and down there. So it broke off. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to get it in there. But this whole little plastic bit broke. But the bumper's still on there, like, it's not going anywhere. I'm moving it. I'm not gonna kick it, I'm gonna fall over. And let me go to the other side. Same thing here. Oh, that's not good. But this one's the worst. Look at that. Ruh-roh. Well, don't do that. I'm not going to break it anymore. But yeah, so this whole little plastic bit here broke off the bumper in the inside. So right along there. But yeah, so like what happened was this bumper hit the gutter. Boom, and it pushed it up. So just those 2 panels were broken. But everything else looks fine. So as you can see, there's no cosmetic damage at all. There's nothing there. Nothing. You can see that it's a little bit out of line here. You can kind of see, like I could stick my finger in there, that it's a little bit not flush with like the light here. So if I kind of push on it, let me show you. That's where it's supposed to be, but it's not that bad. It's like maybe this much off. I'm gonna see what I could do to try and fix the bumper. I just watched the video how to take the bumper off, so I can pull that off and just like, you know, put it to the side and see if I can fix the prong that's holding it. But that's what we're gonna be doing today. Should be interesting. I just went to a friend of mine who has a shop down the street where I'm at. He said he can plaster that back together, no problem. And actually, it's better than getting a whole new bumper because, you know, it's just expensive and it's a long process to get the whole thing done, but I need it done today or sometime soon because I don't want to be driving around with a broken bumper the whole time. You know, if you guys have the material, like it could be some kind of adhesive material or epoxy, something like that, you can use that to just kind of snap that or tape that, you could say, glue it back into place, and it'll be just fine. So, with all that said, let's see if we can take the bumper off and see if we can realign it a little bit. If not, or it's going to be too complicated, I'll probably just skip to the part that I'm at the shop and they'll take care of that for me. Alrighty, so I was able to get this thing out. So that's the piece that was stuck in there that came off of this bumper. So I figured out how to get the bumper off a little bit, leaving that side. That side's fine. The alignment on that one is fine. If I can get the other plastic bit that came off the bumper from there, that'd be great. I won't be able to get any aftermarket bumpers though, which I really don't mind.
I like the bumper the way it is because it goes good with the logo. Because the other bumper I'm looking at doesn't have a spot for that logo, so, and I just put that on not too long ago. Now, so far, I can't figure out what's not making it line up. This and this line up right. Maybe it's the fact that it sits kind of funny here. I don't know. Because once he probably puts that back on, I won't be able to get back here anymore. So I'm just trying to see what I can do here to kind of fix that up and realign these two edges here. I'm not really that picky. From a distance, if you realign that, you won't even notice it unless you're like right here. But yeah, you undo these screws here, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't worry about these guys here. You know, that doesn't do anything. And then there's a screw inside underneath the wheel here. Same thing on the other side. And then there's one for me underneath here, and on the other side. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 screws you got to undo, and that's it. You can take the bumper off. Just a tip for you guys trying to figure out how to do it. Just look for the screws, kind of do this with the bumper a little bit, pull it, see, okay, so that screws goes to that, and make sure you keep your screws in order down there, okay? Now I got to put this thing back on, or at least try to get the other plastic bit off. So I just slapped the bumper back on. I got this guy out. That was the broken bit that was in that side. The one in that side is that little bit on the floor. So when my friend puts it back on, there is going to be a tiny, I don't know if you guys can see, a tiny little gap. You know? But the material he's using is going to fill in this gap here. And it's going to keep this from going like that. So mainly right there, and then maybe a little bit up here. But it's going to be like this much off from here to here, which isn't that bad. But I think I fixed the alignment, sort of. I think that space was always there when I first got her. Because yeah, that's just gonna push it back out. So that's gonna be normal. But I think I might have fixed the other side by accident. Yeah, see how it's flush with the headlight now? This guy, genius. So all I did was just put the bumper back on, and then apparently I fixed that gap there. I'm a genius. I mean, I think I fixed it. I don't know. It looks like it fixed itself pretty much. Nice. So now the only thing left to do is just take it back to my friend and have him, like, you know, plaster this and that back on, and then it's done. All right, so it's the next day, obviously, because I'm wearing a different shirt. I had to wait the next day because they wouldn't have been able to do it yesterday at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon because they were busy. But we just got done. You know, he just fixed that, which is kind of nice. And actually, I was right that it was going to be a little bit off. I don't know if you can tell, but it's not extremely flush with the surface. There's a little bit of a hump here, you know, because this is pushed in slightly more than matching up with the fender. But that's fine because I actually kind of figured that because with that space in there, you know, with that plastic bit taken out, it would leave a little bit of a space. But actually, if you look at it, you can't even tell. Like even from the side. Not at all. See how it's a little bit off? That's because there's some space in there and they didn't have, whoops. Yeah, this is a little off. But that's okay. I mean, I'm not complaining about that. As long as the bumper is on, I'm okay with it, you know. It does, you can't even tell it. Like, I can't even tell that that's, you know, there. They did a really good job. I wasn't able to film it. Is, you know, they have a rule that they don't like people filming in there. So it's his shop, so I have full respect for him, so I couldn't film anything. But I just gotta let this set for another 2 hours and it's all set. So now that I know what the material is, I can get it. It's not super expensive, it's very affordable. And I'm glad that, you know, he was able to tell me, you know, how they do it and all this. So it's great, because then that way if this does happen again, hopefully not, I'll know how to fix it. And now I know how to take the bumper off, so I can take the bumper off. I can take the bumper off and I can actually get in there and fix everything. It's been a little crazy adventure. you know, fixing her. So, but I hope you guys still enjoyed this video. Maybe you got a little learning lesson out of this. I did too. I'm always willing to learn how to fix cars and, you know, do some interesting things with automobiles and all that. Like, favorite, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you goons later.